Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital 2-week spoilers for March 24th through April 4th. Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, is going to rip Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, a new one, and Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, is plotting and scheming. On Monday, March 24th, we've got Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, and Nina, Cynthia Watros, connecting. She's also got scenes with Ava Jerome, Maura West. So all of this has to be about the Drew trouble. I wonder if Portia is going to admit to Nina as well about the blackmail, the test rating, and all that, since she knows that Ava and Nina are close and aren't going to rat her out for anything. Meanwhile, Portia talks to Ava, who warns her not to let her fear over Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, finding out about this blackmail, make her do something dumb. But Portia is definitely thinking about doing something dumb because she had Drew's medical file in her hand and she was browsing it. She never should have been in it. She's already broken protocol by touching it. I feel like she's going to do something shady again. Meanwhile, Drew reassures Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and this is going to come after Drew catches Nina rifling his safe. She used the spare house key from Willow and the combination she got from Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, and Drew catches her red-handed. He's very snarky and wants to know if Nina relocked the safe. Willow is going to go off on her mom and tells Nina whatever she says, Willow's not going to believe it. Meanwhile, Drew may reassure Willow that there's nothing in there in the safe to be found because he's clean. He's not clean, he's dirty. But that doesn't mean there's anything incriminating in his safe. Speaking of incriminating and criminals, Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, is still at the PCPD, and he wants Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Gran, to do something for him. She's not sure how she can help, given how deeply he's gotten himself in with the WSB and the FBI, and that kill order on him. But I'm guessing his request has something to do with Charlotte Cassadine, Scarlett Fernandez, who is still family to Alexis. Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, flings out an ultimatum. He may be preparing to tell Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, it's me or him when it comes down to Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, but Carly's going to push back. She doesn't think Jason is going to bail on her at this point, and flat out tells him, don't quit me. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, has some FaceTime with FBI boss Jack Brennan, who Valentin has now teased might actually be head of the whole entire WSB operation, even though he's sitting innocuously in Port Charles acting like he's a local station chief. Brennan warns Jocelyn she's not ever going to be a WSB agent if she tells her mom Carly anything about this. First of all, that is very fast. Was school she on an accelerated track? Seems like it would at least be a few months. It's been a few weeks. Second, of course, Jack doesn't want her to tell Carly anything because he doesn't want to get dumped. Meanwhile, Lucas Jones, Van Hansies, keeps talking to Elizabeth. He tells her more, and Elizabeth turns around and she presses Lucas. She thinks something is wrong that's going on. She needs to know about Lucas already spilled to her about Marco and that one-night stand thing. But this spoiler may be about Lucas telling Elizabeth that Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, was blackmailing Portia, and that may have expanded into other person or persons now blackmailing Portia, which as we know is true. On Tuesday, March 25th, Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, is giving Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, the third degree, maybe because she wants to know why her mom Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, packed up and ran off. You know, hopefully Lulu Spencer, currently played by Alexa Havens, hasn't spilled to Tracy about BLQ's pregnancy, but I wouldn't put anything past her. Liz corners Rick Weber, Chris Robinson, at the hospital asking for info, and she may be asking about Portia's trouble with Drew. Rick shouldn't tell her because of attorney-client privilege, but you know, he really likes Liz, so we'll see. Ned Ashton, Wally Kurth, has a plan that he reveals. I'm guessing it's about Drew. Carly and Brennan have a frank discussion about the future. Of course, Jason doesn't want them near each other, but I don't think they're going to care about his opinion. And I think things are going to keep moving forward. Carly doesn't seem to be holding a grudge about getting poisoned, and Ava gets a leg up on someone. You know, maybe it's Christina Corinthos, Kate Mansi, who is her chief rival these days. Wednesday, March 26, Laura Spencer, Jenny Francis, is butting heads with local politician Ezra Boyle. He is on Team Drew. He is an ally, and he may even have his eye on Laura's job. Meanwhile, Lulu admits something. Is she going to tell somebody about BL Key's personal private business? Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, is questioning Curtis. I wonder if she's asking about why Portia is helping out Drew with this PR stuff. And then Portia has been acting cookie with Jordan, and you know, anytime Portia is up to something, Jordan seems to sniff it out and take it to Curtis. Christina is doing a little tantrum midweek, and it's got to be about Ava. Meanwhile, the woman in question, Miss Jerome, gives Rick an update. Maybe about her money mess. Maybe about antagonizing Christina, which he's on board with. He's not a fan either. Thursday, March 27th, Rick gets together with Alexis. She demands he come to the office, and it might be about the tension and growing hostilities between Christina and his girlfriend Ava. Elizabeth is in for a surprise from Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, maybe a romantic dinner or a date. Jordan confides in Isaiah, and Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, is grilling Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson. On Thursday, plus Jason has his guard up. So many things to have his guard up about. Friday, March 28th. Ava is slinging threats, and Christina is regretting a choice that she made. Plus Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, is looking back on her past. Maybe she's reminiscing about Valentin when he is shipped off. I'm guessing they're going to send him to Steinmauer. We shall see. Emma Drake, Braden Bruner, makes a bold and drastic move on Friday, while Tracy and Elizabeth are talking about Drew. Maybe they're all going to be part of the We Hate Drew crew. The week of March 31st through April 4th, Elizabeth does some digging after speaking with Lucas, and then Rick. Liz is then with Tracy at the end of week 1. And Liz may be shocked to hear just how low Drew has gone lately on General Hospital. The crypt stuff, all of this, but what can Liz do about Drew or to Drew? We'll find out. Ava lashes out. She just made a threat. She's had about enough of Christina's accusations, and of course, money stress makes you edgy, and Ava's money madness may have her in a fighting mood to work out some of her stress, and all of this is going to come to a head soon. Christina is also losing control, probably going to face some pushback from her mom and dad. Dad Sonny Corinthos, Maury Spinard, just wants her to stay away from Ava, and so does Alexis, but this new Christina, the way they're writing her, she's so irritating, incapable of self-control, and cannot stay in her lane. Anna's trying to put Valentin in her rearview mirror while still trying to save him. So what does that mean for Anna's future? I saw a rumor, and this was interesting, that Steve Burton might have pushed back on the Jason and Anna pairing that the show seemed to be chemistry testing. I honestly don't know what's going on about that. But he's had no other love interest, and he's basically been an accessory in other people's storylines, so if he turned down that romantic pairing, that would be interesting. Emma may be getting her hands dirty soon in the fight against Drew. You know, Emma is one of those speak truth to power crusaders who is very much anti-Drew, so she could be a real problem for him. Port Charles is about to erupt with explosive confrontations, shocking revelations, and game-changing alliances. Over the next 2 weeks, tensions will boil over as Drew Kane unleashes his fury on Nina Reeves, Elizabeth Weber makes a decisive strike, and lives are forever changed. Drew's wrath unleashed. Drew Kane has been walking a tightrope since his return to Port Charles, trying to piece his life back together, while keeping an eye on those who have wronged him. But when he discovers that Nina Reeves has once again meddled where she doesn't belong, this time in his relationship with Willow, Drew reaches his breaking point. At General Hospital, Drew corners Nina, his voice laced with fury. You just don't know when to stop, do you? He seethes. Nina, trying to feign innocence, quickly realizes that this time she's pushed too far. Willow, overhearing the argument, steps in to defend her mother. But Drew's pain runs deep. You nearly destroyed Carly's life. Now you're trying to manipulate Willow. I won't let you, he warns. Despite her attempts to plead her case, Nina is left shaken. She turns to Sunny for support, but even he is struggling to trust her judgment. Will Nina finally see the error of her ways, or is she destined to push those she loves further away? Elizabeth's bold move. Elizabeth Weber has spent years playing peacemaker, but this time, she's had enough. After overhearing a conversation that suggests Esme Prince may still be a threat, Elizabeth decides to take matters into her own hands. She confronts Esme at the Savoy, her voice steady but cold. "I don't care if you've lost your memory or not. If I find out you're playing us, I will make sure you never hurt anyone I love again." Esme tries to back away, but Elizabeth isn't done. She has allies, people who won't let Esme slither back into old habits. At the same time, Finn senses that Elizabeth is carrying a burden and tries to get through to her. "Whatever you're planning, just be careful," he urges, but Elizabeth isn't backing down. She's about to make a move that could change everything, for better or worse. Sunny's health crisis and Ava's dilemma. Sunny Corinthos has been dealing with stress on all fronts. His business, his complicated relationship with Nina, and now a growing threat from an unknown enemy. But when he suddenly collapses at the Metro Court, all eyes turn to Ava Jerome, who stands frozen in shock. As Sunny is rushed to General Hospital, doctors confirm he suffered a heart episode. The news sends ripples through Port Charles, with Carly, Michael, and Christina rushing to his side. Ava, however, is haunted by her hesitation. Did she make the wrong choice? Could she have done something to help sooner? Meanwhile, Sunny's enemies see this as the perfect opportunity to strike. With his defenses down, is someone about to make a power play for his empire? Christina's regret and a costly mistake. Christina Corinthos Davis has always had a reckless streak, but this time, her impulsive decision might have dire consequences. In a misguided attempt to send a message to Ava, she tampers with a car's brakes, only to realize too late that the vehicle belonged to someone else. The result? A horrific accident that lands Elizabeth and Rick Lansing in the hospital. As Christina grapples with guilt, she confesses to Molly, who urges her to come clean. But with Sunny in the hospital and her family already on edge, can Christina face the fallout of her actions? Sasha's dangerous deal. Sasha Gilmore has been working hard to rebuild her life, but temptation comes knocking when she's offered a lucrative but shady business deal. Jen Sidwell, a smooth-talking investor, promises her financial security in exchange for her influence at deception. Initially hesitant, Sasha finds herself lured in when she realizes how much good she could do with the money. But Felicia Scorpio picks up on something suspicious. "You're playing with fire, Sasha. You might think you're in control, but these people always come to collect." Will Sasha heed the warning, or is she about to spiral down another dark path? Brooke Lynn and Lulu's old rivalry reignites. With Brooke Lynn Quartermain thriving at deception and Lulu Spencer slowly regaining her strength, the two women find themselves clashing once again. A disagreement over a high-profile ELQ project reignites their old rivalry. But this time, it's personal. Lulu accuses Brooke Lynn of using her Quartermain connections to strong-arm the deal, while Brooke Lynn fires back that Lulu is out of touch after being gone for so long. The war of words escalates, leading to a public showdown at the Savoy. As Maxie and Chase try to intervene, it becomes clear that this is far from over. Are they on a collision course for something bigger? Lucky Spencer's return and a romantic surprise. As Port Charles reels from chaos, a familiar face makes a grand return. Lucky Spencer arrives just in time to support Elizabeth, and his presence stirs up a whirlwind of emotions. Not one to shy away from grand gestures, Lucky plans a romantic evening for Elizabeth, complete with candlelit nostalgia and heartfelt conversations. But as they reconnect, the question lingers, are they meant for another shot at love, or is this just a fleeting moment from the past? Looking ahead, the next 2 weeks in Port Charles promise heartbreak, redemption, and shocking choices. With Sunny vulnerable, Drew on a warpath, and Elizabeth taking a stand, the ripple effects of these events will change lives forever. Who will come out stronger? Who will be left picking up the pieces? One thing's for sure, General Hospital is about to turn up the drama like never before. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.